Welcome back to Chris and Retro. Happy 4th of July. Today's video, I got a couple things I want to cover. I want to start off with I got a clip I'm going to share with you. I thought it was pretty good. I actually just saw this morning. I think it's a good sentiment about the United States of America. I definitely share a lot of the feelings that are being shared in this clip, and I'll get that with you real quick. And then I also want to talk to you, tell a story about two individuals that are pretty important in my life that I thought might be impactful to you, as very specific to loyalty and what that looks like actually. Just a reminder, Thursday, July 6th at 7 p.m. I'm premiering the Jen Sugarmeyer interview. It's a great conversation with somebody that I knew going into it was going to be a good one, but a lot of what she shares through that was powerful to me. I mean, I really, sometimes when you do these interviews, you've got an idea of what it's going to going into. And I've been fortunate. I've had some freaking amazing guests. These guys have all been really good, and we've, stayed in contact after. Jen is one that I've known before for quite a while. And, I didn't know a lot about her as I learned through this interview, and she's got a pretty powerful story. And I think something that's going to be inspirational to my male audience. I'm definitely a male-dominated audience, but also for the female population that comes in and checks out some of the things from inspiration from her perspective and some of the struggles she has. I would encourage you, if you haven't tuned in, or if you've got a loved one that is looking for some inspiration in terms of a female leader that can show the model of how to move beyond tough seasons and prepare for your wildest dreams, I think this is going to be a good one. So daughters, wives, friends, whatever, especially in the addiction community, we struggle for finding people that could be a mentor for us. And so this is somebody I find that interview is probably going to be pretty powerful for a lot of people based on her conversation. So please check it out. July 6th, 7 p.m. I'm going to do it as a premiere, so I'll be on a chat on there. I don't really do lives on here yet. I think it's a confidence issue more than anything. I don't have a big enough audience to be doing them yet. But, if you want to come on and throw in a few comments there, certainly I'd love to hear how things are going there. Yesterday was an interesting day. I had my birthday was yesterday. I don't really promote it too much because at this point in time, I'm not one of those people. I mean, I got people that are only a few years younger than me doing week-long celebrations and things like that. My birthday is just simply a tick of the clock. It's not a day that I should be any less dedicated to my purpose and my calling. I appreciate the fact that I've been on earth longer than many that live the life I live. It's just, that's that. But I did have a great day. Yesterday evening, I got a chance to walk with 3 of my 4 kids. We went for a stroll around town, just trying to get my youngest to get some sleep, but just a really nice walk. And it reminded me of all these things that I strive for, everything that I have these aspirations about in life. Really, the things that I get most peace, the most settled areas in my life are really in those small moments where I get to be with the true loves in my life that really we're connected with. It would have been nice to have the remainder of my crew there, but circumstances didn't work out. It just was nice to have that opportunity. And I would encourage you to find those today as you're doing picnics and whatnot for the 4th. I'm going to start this video off today, though. This is truly a 4th of July comment, this first one. The second one is going to be more about, a larger discussion around loyalty, and a very vivid example I have in my life that I've discussed in the show before, but I want to recognize a few people here today. So the first thing I'm going to do is start off with this video that I saw this morning, actually. Sean Strickland. I don't know if you know who Sean Strickland is. He's a middleweight UFC fighter. Pretty controversial with his statements. I think some of it's a shtick. He's no dummy, but he definitely throws out a lot of controversial statements to draw some attention towards him, and it's worked. It's put him in some shots that he's had an opportunity to fight. He's known for a style that stands in the pocket. He's also known for he's one of the few guys that trains actually with small gloves versus big 16-ounce gloves when he's doing sparring. They do spar all the time. Many fighters today don't spar much at all. He spars all the time, and it's a predominant part of their training, and it's evident in his style. He just stays in the pocket. He fights the whole time. He taps and just waits for an opportunity to win. Now, I don't really see Sean recently winning a lot of dominant decisions, but he did win Saturday in a knockout. It was pretty cool to watch him and his energy he's putting into this thing start to pay off and get another run as a contender. So congratulations, Sean Strickland, on that. Afterwards, though, Sean, you got a kind of cringe factor on a lot of stuff he says on mic. Even if you agree with it, his style is not something I even really feel comfortable in a lot of cases sharing on the channel just because it's so raw, but the sentiment is there. So even in this video clip, I had to edit in because he's, F-bombing right out the jump. And, well, I'm not personally offended by that. I also don't want to have problems on the channel because of any issues that may come up from that as the rules change. So here's Sean Strickland in a clip I want to play, and I won't get too much further into this, but he's talking about America, and I really do co-sign his statements here.
This is a problem when you critique America, when you say, you know what, like put America first. I don't want to go spend money on other countries. I don't want to go fucking bomb other countries. America first. People somehow put you in an un-American category. Motherfucker, I want your money to stay in your paycheck. I don't want to give money to any other fucking country. We got poor people here. What we spent on the Ukraine war, and again, I'm pro-Ukraine. I want Ukraine to win. What we spent on the Ukraine war could have financed our cancer treatments for like 5 years. Again, don't quote me on this, but what we spent, if we would have put that all to cancer treatments, we would have been able to finance cancer treatments for 5 years. So again, I'm an American first. I want everybody to succeed. I want every country to succeed. I want you.
I thought that was so powerful because we've come a time in this country when if I say America first or whatever, whatever make America great again or whatever it is that's used or bring back better, all this crap that we're using, it automatically based on the statement that said somehow puts a connotation on your patriotism. I agree with Sean here. And he's a very conservative person in his viewpoints. And so I thought it was very good that he did the nuance he did here. It's not that he's opposed to other people prospering, but he wants our country to prosper first. I think there's nothing more patriotic than that. And we should recognize that today. It's not to say that we want others to fail, but we should want home team to thrive. And he used cancer. And I thought that was a good choice because, I mean, as soon as you start bringing up opiate addiction and things like that, it can get lost in the noise. I'm not minimizing it. It's a cause that I fight for. However, on this platform, I felt it was good that he talked about cancer.
Ukraine to win, but I'm America first, motherfucker. And that's the problem with America. We have politicians that are not America first.
Agreed.
They are bought and fucking paid for. And it's a damn shame because at this point, unless there is a revolution, bro, I don't know how the fuck it gets fixed.
So that's Sean Strickland. While I'm not necessarily a proponent of a revolution, necessarily, and I don't know what that even means or looks like in some cases, and probably I'm being a little more cautious than I should be on that. If it came to a matter of our freedoms being taken, I think that we should be willing to fight for our country. No matter who you are and where you stand, you should be willing to fight for your family, no matter what the circumstances are. And this goes in your own communities too. I mean, America is being degraded all the time. I see it here, things that we're exposed to in my home. A friend of mine who I've spoken about on the channel here just recently had his home broken into and a bunch of stuff taken out of his home. They're dumb because, I mean, he's a cautionary person in some respects. And so he knows where everything is. And, again, it's an inner city population that decided to come out in the country and take a bunch of stuff. And now they're known. And, it's just a different environment when you start coming out here picking fights. But the thing is that, we are in a country right now that's struggling, and it is going to take I think it's going to take some kind of a revolution in some aspect. I was just listening to the song POD. It's an old band I used to love, Payable on Death. I'm not sure if they still make music or not, but I just saw an interview with their lead singer, and he's somebody I'm actually going to try to get on the show because I believe in his message. I believe in how he approached his life. And there's a song that actually says, did somebody say the revolution? So that it just reminded me that it's time for us to really take a look at what's going on here. It's not going to change through these conversations. It's not going to change through public debate. It's going to take time for us to demand. I saw another comment that was made that I thought was very interesting. It was a young black woman I think it was on a TikTok or something, that she was making this comment that says, we believe in the power of black people, the Black Power movement. And then, and we respect that and we fear it. And then she said, and then we hear about white power and we know it's powerful and we respect it and fear it. What happens if both of those powerful entities were able to unite and come together? They couldn't divide us and manipulate us anymore. And I couldn't agree more. I'm not saying that we're going to get there. I don't know how that ever happens. Even in, some of the things that I've seen recently, I'm not sure how that ever happens. But if it were, who's going to manipulate us? What would that unity do? What would that loyalty to our own citizenship and our own country do? Sean went on in another video here where he talked about his he had a guest in there, and the guest said something about I forget what the question even was, but it was something relevant to his background. He said something about fighting, and Sean said, "Are you Mexican?" And the guy said, "No, I'm Colombian." He goes, "Okay." He goes, "So where are you from in Colombia?" And he said, "Well, I'm from Miami. I was born in Miami Beach, but my family, my heritage is from Colombia." And he said, "So you're American, and you have your heritage is Colombian." And I thought it was a good distinction because I feel like we're just, it's okay to know your root, or he said his roots were Colombian, which is true. My roots are Scottish Welsh. I'm proud of that. I really am. But I am an American, and I stand for that, and that flag matters to me. For my bloodline, there are things about being Scottish Welsh I'm super proud of, but my country is the United States of America. And that's something that we've got to get a whole lot better about, and that's where the unity will come from. I think for this video, I am not going to bring the second story into it, just because I didn't expect to get it down this road with the Sean Strickland video as much as I did. I do want to commemorate the 4th of July here and recognize that, you know, when we look at our independence, look at everything that caused for that to be here. Our independence was not a gift. It was fought for. It was fought for by people that did not intend to do well by us. We were at a disadvantaged position, and we still were able to rise and get our independence. I look at my Scottish history. The English tried to wipe them out too, tried to purify their race, so to speak. They tried to find a way to wash out the dirty Scots, and we rose up for our independence too. There comes a point when there's this pressure building in a country and in a human population that believes so much and wants their freedom more than they want to be told what to do, that they fight back. They fight back. And it's not through staged events like January 6th, and it's not through media's portrayal of things afterwards, and it's not even through the actuality of January 6th and everything about it. It's through what are we doing every single day to stand for our country and stand for what it is that brought us here in the first place. Are you American? And if you aren't, leave. If you don't like it here and don't want to be here, leave. Go wherever. I really don't care. And I'm not saying that well, go where you came from. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you don't want to be an American citizen, don't be one. But if you're choosing to be one, I suspect it's because you believe in what we represent as well. And if that's the case, stand for it and fight for it in some kind of a unified manner. Thanks, guys, for tuning in here on this 4th of July. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy fireworks, picnics, the whole deal, whatever you got going on, or just chilling out. I know I've got a picnic here this afternoon I'm going to enjoy. Fireworks sounds like we got a little reschedule, so I got to figure out what we're going to do that one. But I'm going to enjoy my 4th of July. I hope you do too. I will be doing a follow-up video here right away on this other subject matter I was going to bring up. It just, this video is getting a little long, so I'll come back to you on the other one. But again, thanks for tuning in. Consider your standing. Being an American citizen, is it something that you're proud of? If it's not, make a change. But between now and the next time we talk, please stay out of trouble.